y'all. Welcome to another edition of Hauler Talk. Got myself, Kyle Pendergraft, your producer here, along with Mr. Neil Quick and Brian Rick. Why don't you go ahead and say hi, fellas?
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Alrighty, so in today's episode, it is Tuesday, October 18th, 2022, and some news has come out on a couple different angles here. One being Bubba Wallace and what NASCAR has decided or not decided to do with him. We will get into that here in a little bit. Also, we're going to discuss Kyle Busch getting penalized for the tire coming off at Vegas as well. And then first off, we're going to lead off with some Spire Motorsports news. I'm going to go ahead and play that video here for everybody.
We have some announcements regarding Corey. We've extended his agreement for next year, so he will be returning for a third year with us, which we're very excited about. At the same time, we've also extended out Ryan Sparks' agreement, so he will crew chief the number 7 again next year, and we have also elevated him to also be the director of competition for our team in a dual role. So we're very excited about that, and he's definitely earned that praise and promotion. And then, of course, a large part of the reason why we're here today is because we needed to fulfill our journey to a full-time two-car operation, and signing an established and respected driver was an important part of that, and that's why we're here today to announce that we've signed Ty Dillion to run next year in the number 77 on a full-time basis. And crewing that car will be Kevin Bellicourt, returning for a third year. So,
all right, so we just heard it there from Spire Motorsports president that Corey Lajoie has signed yet another year with them, making this his third year. He'll be bringing along with him his crew chief, Ryan Sparks, still, who he's had for 3 or 4 years now, I believe. And then the new signee, Ty Dillion, he's kind of floated around a couple of different teams here lately. He's now going to be in a full contract ride for at least 1 year with Spire Motorsports, and he's bringing along Kevin Bellicourt as his crew chief. Fellas, do y'all see maybe Spire starting to kind of maybe jump up a little bit better in the old NASCAR?
Yeah, I think jumping to a two-car team is an automatic plus and good for. I like to see that Corey has a teammate. They can get feedback off of that car. I think nowadays, if you're doing it as a single-car operation, you're out to lunch. But, I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal for them, especially adding Ty Dillion in there.
Yeah, I agree. Congrats to Corey Lajoie. You know, I'm a big Corey fan. I hope that he gets a win next year. Actually, I hope Spire gets a win, and I hope it's Corey behind the wheel. Ty Dillion, I'm still perplexed about him. I don't know why. You know, he should be with his brother, but I'm sure there's some other stuff, you know, behind the scenes, maybe talent level and all that stuff. But yeah, congrats to Corey and Ty on the ride.
Yeah. I'm glad to see it for Corey that, you know, he's at least got a home for 1 more year.
Yeah.
I think he's got a good future ahead of him. He I think he just needs to make sure he's in the right equipment. And I think Spire will be that right equipment for him. It would just take some time, just, you know, like any startup team, basically.
Yeah.
So
Corey'd be good, man. If somebody put him in a Gibbs car or, you know, a top-tiered car, I think Corey's a hell of a race car driver. So
yeah,
hopefully he gets his break, man.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. So we're going to go on to the next topic here. And so Sunday at Vegas, Kyle Busch on lap, I believe it was 229. I can't remember exactly the exact lap it was. Comes out of the pits and loses a tire. So then resulting in the fact that, well, here, I'll pop it up for everyone to read the penalty that NASCAR released for it. NASCAR suspended crew chief Ben Bayshore, jackman Daryl Edwards, and tire changer Michael Hicks for 4 races because of the section 10.5.2.6 infraction, loss or separation of an improperly installed tire/wheel from the vehicle during an event committed by the number 18 Toyota pit crew. The suspension will carry through the Busch Light clash at the Coliseum the February 5th, 2023 exhibition event ahead of next year's Daytona 500. So, I don't know. I'm
Great.
Do what?
Blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
great. We're kicking guys out for 4 races for losing a tire.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this story at all yet this year.
No.
I mean,
No.
okay, guys. I'm sure exactly it was all 3 of those guys' fault that tire came off of there.
They all said, "Hey, let's not put this tire on right so it falls off." And this is dumb.
Well, you know,
let's suspend Joe Gibbs and let's see if we get the GM and operation manager Gibbs. Let's get them all. Let's get them all in a circle, and they can all run the team from an office at the next 4 events. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, you know, was listening to DBC this morning, and they had talked about all the number of crew chiefs that's been ejected this year. Not ejected, but suspended. They said we're at 20 for the year so far. Can you believe that? All for loose tires.
Is that what it is? All from tires?
Loose tires, and then one who apparently helped change the outcome of a race. There,
so we don't have a tire problem, right? Is that
no, not at all. So I think NASCAR might go to the drawing board on this for 2023 as far as how they write this rule, and hopefully take the stress, a little bit less stress for the pit crew guys. So that way they're not in these situations where they're leaving loose wheels. Because, so we would leave a loose wheel in the past, and there was 4 other lug nuts usually there to hold it on. They can get a few laps in, get back around, get it tightened up, not lose a wheel, not lose a crew chief. Well, now we're down to that single stud, and I think it's just it's disastrous for NASCAR.
So do they go back to? Do they fix this single lug nut deal, or do they go back to 4?
They won't go back to 4.
Whatever.
They won't go back to 4 until the next generation of cars, at least.
Well, I mean, that would make too much sense. I mean, why would they do that?
Yeah, because they don't have enough lug nuts, right?
No, they would rather the tire fall off and tear up the undercarriage.
You all heard about the lug nut shortage of 2023, right?
Oh yeah. You know what? This is going to lead into another show that we're going to do later. NASCAR did not get this race car right. You know what? Here's the only thing they got right on that thing is the damn body. That's what they got right.
Pretty much.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of the body. Everything else, come on, man. You guys missed it.
Yeah, they rushed something that they had plenty of time to work on. Granted, COVID slowed that down or made it harder. I get that, but they still had. So they're going to release the car in 2021, right? Well, COVID hit in 2020, and everything shut down. So they said, okay, we'll push it back a year, and they did. They had ample time to work on this, and not so much perfect it, but work out a majority of the bugs that we're dealing with on a constant basis.
A lug nut shouldn't be one of them.
Agreed.
Well, when they switch over to electric cars, they don't have to worry about this. The battery will run before the tires fall off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, anyway. I hate to see it because Kyle Busch is going to be without his crew chief for the rest of the year. Now he goes.
Kyle Busch don't give a shit. He was already got his seat planted in RCR.
Yeah, he does for sure.
He's there. He doesn't care.
Well, it's just for the simple fact that he starts next year. All new team, all new everybody. Right. So it's like he doesn't get that last goodbye. So
he don't care.
But my question is, and I read into what that statement was from NASCAR about it's going to carry through to the Clash or whatever it was. Now, does that follow Kyle Busch? Does that follow the crew chief?
That's crew chief and car, isn't it?
So whoever takes over the 18 is going to be without that crew chief for at least the Clash.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
right.
Understood.
Neil?
Yeah, it'll follow the crew members.
Yeah.
I mean, and probably the guy sitting in the front row in section A too. That it was his.
Hey, you can't sit there. You got to leave. You didn't tighten that wheel up.
I'm sure.
You drinking a Fanta?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
All right.
Liquid cocaine.
That's right. Sure is.
He's chasing it down with a Mountain Dew on the other side.
I see that. Damn. Double fisted it.
But that'll cover that for the Kyle Busch segment there. We're gonna go into the main topic now, and that is gonna be the news we've all been waiting for since Sunday afternoon. We all knew that something was coming down the pipe. We didn't know what. We finally got the word from NASCAR what that issue is or what their determination is. And Brian, I'll let you go ahead and spill the beans.
Whew. 1 race suspension because I can't even get it out. 1 race suspension for taking Kyle Larson out, B, shoving Kyle Larson with like a bully. I mean, like the bully that you are now. And number 3, you pretty much shoved an official. I guess I can go on. 4, you didn't go to the infield care center via the ambulance. So 1 race suspension, no fines, no points.
You forgot cross the track without a helmet.
Cross the track, right. A live racetrack. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy,
idiotic.
This is unbelievable.
And I'll post up here what NASCAR had put out as far as the rules were broken, so that way people who didn't hear it. Yeah, so as you basically read it off here without reading into detail, you know, everything he did, there was, 3 strikes on him right there, all in a matter of under a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lucky he got 1 race suspension.
Man, I'm telling you, the biggest thing I see in this guy, he needs some sensitivity classes like everybody else gets.
Yeah, he needs to go to anger management.
I mean, before we got to this weekend, I mean, he's angry, obviously, with himself.
Mm-hmm.
He bounced himself off the wall. I mean, he can't drive. Second of all, I mean, you go back and look at through the year. I mean, squirting water bottles, the driver's faces, they're about ready to pass out, shunning media, cutting them off, being short. The Bubba Wallace train for me, it left the station and it ain't coming back.
It ain't coming back.
No.
It's not coming back.
Now, Bubba did try to right us wrong before this came out, and I don't think it really had any bearing on it, but I'm going to go through, I'm going to read his apology statement real quick.
For Bubba?
He didn't write it.
Oh, no. It was definitely his PR.
Professionally written.
Yeah.
With a lawyer.
So, but I'm going to go ahead and read it out here just that way people who haven't heard it or seen it will know what's up. I want to apologize for my actions on Sunday following the on-track incident with Kyle Larson in the number 5 car. My behavior does not align with the core values that are shared by 2311 Racing and our partners, who have played a critical role in my incredible journey to the top of this great sport. I want to apologize to NASCAR and the fans, along with Christopher Bell, Joe Gibbs Racing, and Toyota, for putting them in a situation in the playoffs that they do not deserve. I compete with immense passion, and with passion at times comes frustration. Upon reflecting, I should have represented our partners and core team values better than I did by letting my frustration follow me outside of the car. You live and learn, and I intend to learn from this.
On your couch, sitting at home.
So he said something there that it caught me when I first read it, and it's caught me every time. He sits there and states basically that he's sorry for his actions and his frustration that he showed after getting out of the car, not before when he plowed into Larson. So either A, he's not sympathetic, or B, he's still going on the steering was broke story.
Show us the parts.
Yeah.
Show the parts. What broke?
Simple. So I'm going to go with 1, steering wasn't broken, and 2, right. He ain't sorry.
No.
So
no, that dude didn't write that.
No. He had a PR team that does all of that for him.
It's just unbelievable to me that you can be.
This is not over.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
And this 1 race suspension, I mean, and I've heard both ways via social media today and just talking to people. I mean, some people think it's too harsh. Some people think it's not enough. I'm definitely on the not enough side. Not just because I'm hating on Bubba Wallace in this case. That's not the situation. I don't care if this was Jeff Gordon or Clint Boyer. I mean, we've seen it in the past. I mean, I've seen Kyle Busch wreck Ryan Hornaday. I thought it was the dumbest move I've ever seen. Matt Kenseth Logano deal, I'm going to leave that one alone. Again, my opinion's probably with Kenseth in that situation, but this case, I've watched this video over so many damn times it's embedded in my head, and won't forget it. He drove himself in the wall.
He drove himself into the damn wall.
He saw him coming. He tried to go down the track in the middle of the corner. Kyle was coming up. It was an oh shit moment for him on the angle coming off the corner. He got the car, whether it was aero or not. Kyle Larson did not touch him. Kyle was turning so hard the car got loose on Kyle's rear end where Bubba was pulling the air off of it before he hit the wall. And second of all, he hit the wall and that car wasn't damaged. He still could have had a car that won. I mean, it looked identical to the situation with Allmendinger and Barry the day before.
Yep.
There's a lot of stupid shit going on here.
So here was my thought, and this is just my opinion. So here you've got Cole Custer's crew chief who got suspended indefinite because he did something to change the outcome of the race. Wasn't anything malicious to anybody. Didn't hit nobody. Didn't hurt nobody. Nothing like that. Didn't chase him down the track. But here you've got a driver who lets his frustration go not once, but 3 or 4 times, at least 3 times. One time being when he took out Larson, second time being when he came over there and he bullied Larson around for 30 seconds, and then whenever he put his hands on the official. But yet he gets a 1-day suspension, but yet a crew chief gets an indefinite suspension because he told his driver to check up for a flat tire. Granted, different circumstances, different scenarios, but what warrants a indefinite suspension, but only warrants a 1-day suspension or a 1-race suspension?
Well, my thing is NASCAR knows they have the telemetry of what happened in the situation. They should have parked his ass the rest of the year. I think most of the people would have got what they wanted out of this fan-wise. It would have sent the message that needed to be sent to him. I think that's where I'm at with it. So I'm going to take and be the judge and jury on this deal. In my opinion, I'd like to see him sat for the rest of the year. Yeah. And second of all, I would like to see him done some of these classes that these other drivers have to do. I mean, Larson's had to go to it. Several of these guys have had to go to sensitivity training and different things. What I've seen over the last 2 years from Bubba, he needs to spend some time there.
Yep. Kenny Wallace said it best today. I watched his video, and he says, just a couple minutes into it, he goes, Bubba Wallace has a chip here and a chip here. I mean, this guy needs to figure it out. So here's the aggravating part, really, for me. Number one, his attitude sucks. All right. And you're the only black guy in NASCAR. I mean, damn, dude, use that to your advantage and be an ambassador of the sport. Don't be a dick, and you're being a dick.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there's another gentleman that's out there that drives cars that's very fast. It's a black gentleman, and he is an ambassador for his sport. Granted, they're open wheel cars, but Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time champion. Yes. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And look at a lot of the yeah. I mean, you have the situation that Bubba has the ideal situation to be a superstar. He's in a good car, good equipment. Instead of talking so much, he needs to listen.
Listen and learn. Learn, man. You have an opportunity that you're about to just shit it right down the toilet. And if he hasn't already, man, so anyway.
What I'll say is, at the moment, yes, Bubba's lost my respect that I had for him.
Yeah.
Will he be able to gain it back? Yes, he will be able, for sure. But it's going to take time. It's going to take him showing that, he's not who he's been the last couple of years.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to tell you, everything that happened over the weekend and the attention he drew to this, and I'm going to end it on this, it's drawn a lot of attention to his inability to drive.
Right. Agreed, man. He's got the talent to drive a race car. He does not have the attitude to do it. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I think NASCAR missed it. Bubba should be sitting on his couch until the Clash next year and thinking about what he did and how he's going to correct it. So that's where I'm at.
Well, we will see how John Hunter Nemechek does at Homestead on, or is it Saturday or Sunday they're racing?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's a night race or
Sunday.
not. Is it Sunday? Okay.
I believe so.
So
Good for him to get that chance.
yeah, it really
Right.
is.
Right.
So
I didn't hear him announce that. When did they do that?
it's not really so much been announced. He did the test earlier this year,
Oh, did
and he was actually the replacement for Kurt Busch.
Oh, yeah.
But then last minute they changed to Ty Gibbs. So I think that was a Joe Gibbs kind of switch there. So
Yeah.
obviously with him being the backup already,
Yeah.
he'll be filling in.
Yeah.
So, and plus I think he has a really strong alliance with Toyota, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, anyway,
Fellas,
way to go, NASCAR. You missed it again.
Yep, they sure did. They dropped the ball. So, all right. Well, I think we're going to end it on that note. It's been a good one, guys. I've seen you all enough the last 3 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, fellas. Well, y'all have a good one. And everyone, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We will see you all later.
All right. See you.
See you guys.
Kyle here to remind you to check us out on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and Twitch.